Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at the audit log features of Digital Ink. The audit log's a useful feature in that it will record any change that's made to a form. So it doesn't actually record the creation of a form, but any change that is made after the creation of a form, such as any change that originates from a digital ink pen out in the field, so someone writing a new line item on an existing form, for example, or indeed if you validate or update any features of the form, any data items of the form online using the Digital Ink portal. So essentially what you end up with is a full service history relating to a specific form. And we're going to take a look at an existing form that it's a security officer report that we created a little earlier. So we'll go into the familiar form view, data validation window, just make this window a little bigger, and we can see that what I've done, I've created what we would term the sort of sign-on details for my shift as a security officer. So if I toggle to the data view using the control key, we can see that actually I'm still on duty, but I arrived on duty at 7 this morning. We've got details like my name, payroll number, etc., and we can see the customer name, Dobson Coaches, and we're at their Northwich depot. So just generic details there, but this is a great video because it's going to show us when we go to the audit log, the change log here, the audit, it says there are no items to display for this form. That's because the log doesn't actually tag the form creation, because we've got other means of identifying exactly the date and time that a form was completed. But if, for example, we update any aspect of this form now, we will get an event in the audit log which we can view at any point in time. So what we're going to do is we'll fill in a duty record on this form using the digital pen now. So we'll say I came on shift at 7 AM, so we'll say 0800 post man arrived, and I'll just sign the form and tick send. So I'll just come out of the actual form, go back to the form queue while we just get the form delivered. So the mobile handset's telling me the form's in. So if I go back to the queue, the old form was, well, the original form was at 2:42. So if we do a refresh on the screen, we should see the date and time stamp change for the new form. So we've got 2:47, the form's come in, and what we'll have is we'll have the additional line item added. So this is the line item that I've just written to the paper-based form. So we've got postman arrived, so we'll just toggle to make sure it's captured the data correctly, which it has. So postman arrived, 8 o'clock. What's going to be more interesting now is if we go and view the change log, the audit log, we can see that a change originated to the original form. It was a digital pen change, so we can see that we wrote 0800 for the duty 1 time, so the time that particular duty happened in the log, and we can see that the postman arrived. Note the old values, which are null, indicated by the double dash line. What this has given us is a full history of any item, both the date and the time that those changes took place. So if again we go down to the second duty log item, and I fill in, I'm again going to use the pen, which you won't see it at your end at the office or at home, but if I say 0845 and we had visitors from a ZD Limited, and we again will sign the duty log and we'll tick send on the form again. So the pen's now communicating with the handset, data's going over to the handset, so get a triple vibrate out of the pen so the data's gone, and we just click the confirm. So we talk about time frames for the forms. They're about 5-10 seconds to turn a form round, but if we go back to the form queue and just look at the security guard form that we've been filling in, got quite a few in our portal. But the last time that we filled the form in was 1447. We can see that that's been updated to 1449. So if we again go into the form, take a look at the form, we can see that the second line item 0845 visitors from AZD. So it's got all of the character recognition absolutely spot on, so there's no need for us to change any element of the form. But if we go back to the view changelog now, what we'll see is we've got the duty 2 actions detailed quite clearly in the log, saying 1449, duty 2 0845, and the description was that we had visitors from AZD Limited. So again, just gives you that full history. And as we go through the form, we can see changes that have originated from the pen. Let's pretend, if we will, that I'm not going to use the pen. What I want to do is that the security guard got the name of the company wrong, and rather than AZD, this field item should have said Astrad. So we quite quickly just type over in the data view, so we can basically correct the mistake that the security guard's made. We save the form and we will get a little message back to say the form's saved. If we now go into the log, we should actually see a change that's been originated via the website. And we can see quite clearly at the bottom there that from the website we updated duty 2 description. So duty 2 description was visitors from AZD Limited. The old value here on the web change was visitors from AZD Limited, but we've now got a new value where we've keyed via the web visitors from Astrad Limited. So you can see that it gives you a full history. It separates out the website derived changes, but it will give us a full log of those changes. And it's quite useful really that you can see all of that history online, especially if you've got multiple users of a single pen, because it will, as long as we include the signature box on duty records, for example on a form, we always know which security guard filled that action in, and so we can get basically multiple users using a single pen, which keeps the cost base down for the end client. And we could go through, I could write on this form as many times as I like, so I'll say 9:15 I went on a break, and I'll sign that, and actually I'll put there 09:45 I returned from my break, and sign again, tick send, same drill. The form's going to go via the handset back to our Digital Ink server and be processed, so we'll just wait for the response. We've got the response in there now. We'll go back to the previous work queue, click the form again, and quite simply we can see that we've got break and returned from break added as values in there. Again, the OCRs work perfectly, and if we go to the log, the audit log, we can see that actually we've got duty 3 now appearing 9:15 I went for a break, 9:45 on duty 4 returned from break. So again, this is giving you a full service history, if you like, of exactly how a form's being completed, but it's perfect for any transactional based business. So things like domiciliary care, where you may be filling in a log of care that has been provided to a service customer, things like this where you've got a security report, anything whereby the form is updated throughout the day. You can see how it builds up that history, and we can keep a track of exactly what values have been applied to a particular field. If, for example, we wanted to combine a paper form and what we call an e-form, we can quite easily do that by pressing the control key. I might say that on the 25th of the 7th 2011, my serial number's 999888, and actually what I'm going to say is that when this box is filled in, we've actually signed off this service sheet. So if I just click save on the form, save and continue, I'm going to the log now, we can actually see that management sign-off occurred on the 25th of the 7th, and here's my ID as a signatory. So again, you can mix paper forms with online e-forms and still maintain the full history. There is another video relating to audit features, which is the video that relates to video playback, the audit video forms. So we could actually watch a video of the audit report, and see those iterative changes coming through. But that, like I say, is covered under the separate video of the audit video demo, which can be found in the download section of the website. Okay, many thanks. Bye.